This is the DHSC 508, a podcast by the Dartmouth High choral students. Happy New Year! This week, the choral students are talking about things they got for Christmas and some resolutions that they have for the new year. We are all back to fully remote learning because of the rising COVID cases, and we are still not allowed to sing indoors as per state regulations. So we're working on some creative projects in class right now. This is footage from our class talking about what they got for Christmas and their New Year's resolutions, and also some things that they've been doing throughout the year for self-care. Here we are, remote learning again, at least for the time being. And our question for the week is, was Santa good to you? What were some of the gifts that you got for Christmas? So, Michaela, tell us about some of your favorite gifts this Christmas.
So I got a bunch of clothes, which was really cool because I'm really into style and stuff. And I got this new makeup brush cleaner, and it's literally cleans your brushes and makes them look like new in like 5 seconds, and that's really cool. And I also got these really cool chunky white shoes that if you kick the heel of it, it pops out rollerblades, so they turn into
them with you? Can you give us a visual?
Actually, I might. Give me a second.
Sure. All right. So actually, that makeup.
Okay, I found them. Okay, so these are down, and they like kick this part, and then they pop out into rollerblades. They're pretty dope.
That is so cool.
Like, yeah, it's really cool.
And that makeup brush cleaner sounds really cool too. I heard about that on the Today Show, and I was wondering if it worked as well as they say that it does, and you said that it works and cleans pretty fast. So I'm gonna have
it works really good.
All right,
definitely recommend it.
Jackson, tell us about your Christmas gifts.
So I got this vinyl record that Taylor Olympio, who's also in this call, got for me, and she had it custom made. This is the cover, so that's us, and it's sort of like a mixtape type thing, so it has all of our favorite songs on it, and yeah, it's custom made, so she picked the pictures and the inside, and yeah, that was the main thing I got.
That's adorable. Anything else you want to talk about?
I got some clothing, and I got a really cool amplifier that I can plug in a guitar and a microphone in at the same time. So that's fun. Awesome. But that was mainly what I got.
I love this. This is like Christmas show and tell. Okay. Haley.
I got the socks I asked for.
Yay! Okay.
Yeah.
What type of socks were they?
They were just socks.
They were just
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Taylor. Tell us about
you know how I mentioned I wanted that stuffed bear?
Yeah.
It's called Jungle Skog.
Uh-huh.
Well, I got him.
There he is.
Here he is. And Jackson got him for me, so we're showing off each other's presents. So this is him. He's about that size.
Look at that belly.
What is it?
Look at his belly.
I know. He has like a back. Yeah, he's really cute, and he's actually like really soft and fluffy. And I also got a new computer, and those were the main things that I got.
That is so cool. Awesome. Erin, was Santa good to you?
Yeah. I got some clothes, a new backpack, and a really nice mug for Christmas.
Excellent. Awesome. Trying to figure out which direction I want to go in. Savannah, tell us about your Christmas gifts.
For Christmas, I got a new ring light, and I got some jewelry and a bunch of gift cards.
I love gift cards because you can just, depending what they're for, if it's like food or if it's shopping, you have a choice of what you want to get as a gift for yourself. So it's pretty, you can kind of personalize it. Robbie, what about you?
I got a lot of clothes because I asked for a lot of clothes. But I also, my birthday's right after Christmas, so I had a lot of like joint presents and just like stuff like that. But I'm really into spirituality, so I got a lot of crystals and stuff and rocks, and I don't know. It was good.
I just learned something new about Robbie. I didn't know you were into
I love crystals and like sage and
Which one is your favorite crystal?
This is my biggest. It's just rose quartz, but I don't know. It was my first, so.
I have a rose quartz one too that I got years ago. So
a lot of people have it. It's really good.
It's a really pretty rock. Yeah. Crystal, not rock. Mineral. Is it a mineral? Is it I don't know. Sarah, tell us about your Christmas.
I got a lot of shoes, and I got some Harry Styles stuff because
you love Harry Styles.
Yeah.
Big fan. Yeah. Very cool. And then who do we have? Gabby.
Okay. So I also got some crystals. I got a throat chakra thing, and it helps with anxiety and stress and stuff. And then I got some shoes. I got a pair of like chunky white Fila sneakers, which are super cute. And then for Three Kings Day, because my family celebrates that, I got a pair of platform Doc Martens, which are super cool. And I got a little like microphone that's Bluetooth that my dog's afraid of, so I've been screaming at her with it. It's a good time.
Tell us a little bit about how your family celebrates Epiphany, Three Kings Day.
Yeah, so we celebrate it because it's kind of like a lot of Spanish heritages celebrate it. And my mom is from Puerto Rico, so all of our family there celebrates it. So we just kind of grew up celebrating it. So every night, the night before, you put out like a little shoebox filled with like carrots and grass and stuff for the camels. And then you get 3 gifts from each of the 3 kings. And yeah.
That is cool. That's very cool. Hadley.
I got a keyboard.
Cool. Are you going to take lessons soon? We love our pets.
I might just like watch videos for a little bit because like I have a lot of stuff going on right now. So I can't actually use both hands. I just plunk out the notes for now. Yeah. But hopefully I'll get better.
That's good. And then you can always take piano class too. So that's wonderful. Emmy, what about you?
I got the boots that I wanted for Christmas, and then I also got this. I really like watching movies, and I haven't seen a lot of like classic films. So my sister got me this like poster that you can like, if you've seen the movie, like scratch it off and like a little like design comes off. So it's supposed to like encourage you to like watch the movies and like fill out all the like scratch off all the movies on the poster. So she got me that. So yeah, I really like that gift.
That's cool. I've been trying to get back into reading too, like reading a little. Last year I read 8 books. And so my goal this year, I'm going to try to read a book every single month. So I'm still in the middle of Midnight Sun. So we'll see how that goes. It takes a while. Lauren, tell us about your Christmas.
I got a bunch of new sweaters, which is great. I love sweaters. Mm-hmm. And I got the longboard I wanted.
The what?
The longboard.
Oh, yes, we talked about that. Yeah. Cool. That's awesome. And Vicky?
I got some jewelry and some Brazilian desserts and snacks that I've been wanting for a while.
What kind of Brazilian snacks?
So it's doce de leite, so it's basically you cook up condensed milk, and then it's that with chocolate, so that's really good. And then this other one called cocada, which is made with coconut.
That sounds really delicious.
It is.
And Evelyn.
I got, the star projector thing. It projects like the galaxy star kind of thing, like on your ceiling. I got one of those. I got this fat candle. Look at it. It's so big. I love it.
What scent is it?
It is Magical Christmas Morning, Santa's Cookies. And then Aiden gave me the Stitch. I always bug him about his, so he got me one of my own. I got a mini fridge and some Heelys like Michaela did. Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Awesome. And Cole, tell us about your Christmas.
So I got everything that I really wanted before I got my iPad that I really wanted. And my parents surprised me with Gucci slides.
Jelly. I'm jelly right now.
Yeah, and then I bought myself a Gucci wallet because I worked hard this year. So, just living my life.
Living your best life.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. So we talked about Christmas. And you guys, it sounds like you had a wonderful, restful Christmas break. Let's talk a little bit about New Year's resolutions. Have you made any resolutions for the new year? Michaela, you got one?
Yeah, I do. I actually have two. So, one of them is to drink more water because I guess I don't drink a lot of water and I just realized it. So I'm trying to drink a lot more water. That hasn't been going too well, but and then the other thing was do face care like in the morning and night and like keep that up.
Yeah. Drinking a lot of water or drinking more water is a really healthy habit to get started on. So good for you. Jackson, you have something?
Yeah, so my big one this year is going to be to save money. I spent a lot of money last year and a lot more than I should have, so I'm going to try to save money this year as my resolution.
Awesome. Haley, did you make a resolution?
My resolution is probably to take like better care of myself, like focus more on not like myself, but more like my mental state, like trying to keep more relaxed.
Like self-care?
Yeah.
You know, there's been a lot of, there's an app called Shine, the Shine app, and they have daily meditations and exercises that you can do. Sometimes they focus on breathing, sometimes they focus on stretching, sometimes just talking about different things that will help you be a little bit less stressed. So you might want to check that out. It's a really cool app. And there's so much stuff like yoga is really great too. Drinking more water, really healthy habits. So try to incorporate little breathing and stretching breaks into your day. And that's a great way to start. Taylor, do you have any resolutions?
I do. I'm with Michaela on this one with the drinking water. I definitely do not drink a lot of water, so I'm going to keep that up. And to work on body positivity and to be less stressed throughout the year and just let things go with the flow, really.
Right. So what are some of the strategies that you're going to use to, in terms of becoming less stressed? I think you're going to try.
I guess if I'm focused on something that is really, really stressing me out, I'll try to distract myself with another thing, whether like some kind of a stimulation to keep myself focused on the other thing, and then I can come back to it at a later time. Because I'm starting to realize more and more that time is endless, essentially, and like we have a lot of time to figure things out at this age, and I can spend that time, and I shouldn't feel ashamed about doing that. And yeah, I guess that's one of the things that I'm working on.
I think a couple of things too that are really important to focus on is mindfulness and gratefulness. With mindfulness, just being mindful of the present, and because present, it is really a gift if you think of it that way, and you can do so much if you're present and not. It's so easy to get distracted nowadays, so just focusing on your surroundings, on how my sweater feels, the cool breeze in the room, stuff like just being present is so important.
Yeah, exactly. And not focusing on the future so much, because the future is inevitable and you can't really change that. So
Yeah, you can't really worry about what you don't know yet. So you kind of have to just, a lot of times, just make good choices and go with the flow. Good. That's awesome. Erin, any resolutions?
I'm gonna try and eat more healthy because when I'm like at work, I get home like really late, so I'll normally just stop and get food. So I'm gonna try and like bring food to work or just wait till I get home.
Yeah, that used to be like me. A lot of times when we had those really, really long theater rehearsals, I would just pick up something from McDonald's, and that's not always the best choice. So just sometimes if you have a snack with you, you don't have to binge on whatever you can get to, which is usually not the healthiest choice. All right, let's see. Sarah, you have any resolutions?
Just to focus less on school and more on having a good mentality.
Great. Very good. Gabby, what about you?
I have two. So my first one is to try to like meditate every day. I started doing that and it's really nice. And then my other one is to try to use more like green and eco-friendly products and try not to like be as wasteful, I guess. So yeah.
That's awesome. And what crystal did you get? I forgot to ask you before.
Oh, let me check. A chalcedony crystal. It's like it's a chakra crystal, and it's supposed to help with anxiety and stress and stuff. Yeah.
Those are all really positive things. That's great. Hadley, you have any resolutions?
I want to try to be more positive because there's a lot of stuff going on right now and it can really weigh you down. So I'm going to try to take a break from like looking at the news and stuff.
Taking a break from news and social media, that helped me a lot last year. Emmy, what about your resolution?
So I had two as well. So one of them was staying active, and like I feel like it will help me not only physically but like mentally. Because I feel like whenever I'm like, because I'm with remote learning, you're just like sitting here and you're like in front of a computer screen all day. So I feel like if I try and like stay active, it will kind of help me. And then the second thing is I came up with this idea for a play and I've been writing it, but I keep putting it down and I keep not committing to like actually finishing it. So my goal for this year is to finish it and like commit to it and like really put my attention into it, because I feel like I keep putting it off to the side because I think I can't do it, and so I need to I want to like commit to it and like prove to myself that I can do it.
Cool. And I hope you'll share it with us too when you're done, because that would be really cool. I think the important thing about setting goals and making resolutions is that you try to stick with it every day. Try to do just a little bit. And if you miss a day, don't be too hard on yourself. The next day, just try again, and eventually those habits will stick just from having done it so much. So, Robbie, do you have any resolutions?
I have two. The first one is try to have less screen time, because I feel like when we're at home doing school, that's already enough. And then I feel like right when I'm done with school, I'm automatically always on my phone, just sitting there. And I feel like it's not helpful for me at all. And I just need to break out of that habit. And my second one is try to not let people make decisions for me. because I feel like I just let people, I don't know, not walk all over me, but like really just make me do things but I just want to make decisions for myself and do things that I want to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Cool. Yeah, sometimes screen time has been hard because, I mean, we're spending more time in front of our computers because of COVID, and then it's hard to have those boundaries, but it's really important to say, now I'm just going to turn everything off and I'm not going to go online. I'm not going to check social media. I'm going to just take a little break. It's important. Let's see, who haven't we gotten to? Emmeline. Any resolutions?
Yes. Okay. So I am planning on drinking more water too, because in 2020 I went to the hospital for being dehydrated, and I really need to work on that. So I'm gonna drink more water. I have meds that I'm supposed to take every day, but I fell really behind in taking them, so I'm gonna take them every day, and I'm gonna take more pictures when I'm like with people, because I don't take enough pictures.
Yeah, I don't take a lot of pictures either, but water, that's been an ongoing theme, and I'm also drinking a lot more water too. They say you should drink at least 64 ounces a day. Is that about?
My doctor told me, because I thought I was drinking a lot of water, and they were like, how much water? And I said probably like 2 bottles a day. And they were like, and that was like during quarantine, so I just have a bottle of water while I was like doing classes and stuff. And I was telling them that, and they said that's not a lot of water, and like you should be drinking like 8 bottles of water a day. So.
I don't know if I can do 8, but I know I can definitely do 4. You got to pace yourself is the trick, because like if you think on a normal school day, from first period starts at 7:30 in the morning. So from 7:30 to like 9:30, this is 16 ounces right here, which is 1 water bottle. And then, okay, so by 9:30, then I go and I get some more water at the refill station, and that'll take me until like around lunchtime. And then from lunchtime to like 2 p.m., I'll drink another. And then on my way home, or like in the afternoon or at night, so like maybe 4 or 5 of those. And yeah. So it's possible, but I don't think 8 sounds like a lot. Yikes.
I hardly remember to drink 1.
Yeah. But I mean, everything counts too. If you're having tea or if you're having coffee, you're still getting hydrated. Vicky, do you have any resolutions?
I think one of mine would be to not shy away from opportunities that seem challenging or things that seem too challenging. Like cooking, for example. My family always picks on me because they're like, oh, you don't cook, you don't know how to cook, you're already 17. Because one time I tried and I like overcooked the food and it was horrible, and I was like, I'm never gonna do this again. So this year I really want to try to push myself, especially with that.
It's human to make mistakes. So if you're not good at something right away, that's okay. It doesn't.
It was multiple times.
Yeah, I've burned stuff a couple of times too, but just keep trying. Do you like to bake more or do you like to cook more?
I like to eat.
Okay.
Baking, cooking, nah, not for me.
Okay. Lauren, do you have any resolutions?
I have a few. Definitely, I agree with like the whole drinking water thing. I'll be like dizzy and my throat will be hurting and I'll be like somewhat complaining about it. And my mom asked when's the last time I drank water, and I realized I haven't had like a glass of water for several days. So that's a bit of an issue, but I'm definitely working on that. I've already had 2 so far today. And then to do more stuff for myself. Oftentimes I find myself putting what I want below like other tasks, I guess, like below school, below the wants of my friends. I just want to try doing more stuff for me.
Mhm. Yeah, remember, okay, how many of you have ever been on a trip on an airplane? Okay, and what do they tell you about oxygen masks? Who can tell me what the oxygen mask thing is? Emmy, do you remember? Taylor, go ahead.
Is it you put it on before you put it on yourself before you do anybody else, like a kid or something?
You got to put your oxygen mask on first before you can help anybody else out with their oxygen mask. So always, if you're in a positive place and you feel healthy, and then now you're in a place where you can help others. So I think sometimes we focus on being there for other people and we're not there for ourselves. But that's important, to take care of yourself. Self-care, really big thing this year and last year. Savannah, did you have any resolutions?
Yeah, I have two. One, I want to start reading more because I really like reading, but I don't read as much as I should. And the other one is to stop procrastinating because I procrastinate at everything, and I want to learn how to get things done and have time organization.
Mm-hmm. And so how have you started working on your time management?
Just when I don't feel like doing something, just doing it anyway and getting it done right in that moment, and
Mhm.
then having time to do more things after.
Right. I like making lists, and I find that I get really happy when I'm able to check something off of a list. And then the other thing too is just setting a schedule for myself too. Like I'm going to work on this for 30 minutes, and then once I'm done working on this for 30 minutes, then I'm going to move on to my next item on my list, and that helps me to stay organized because I'm a big procrastinator too. Yeah, and then procrastination, you just got to force yourself sometimes, just do one more thing. And if you can not leave that one thing for another day, things don't get piled up as much, and then it's not so bad. So guys, thank you so much for sharing all of your wonderful resolutions and all the stuff that you got for Christmas. That was totally great. So now we have mixed chorus class, and I asked them the same question that I asked harmonics yesterday. What did you get for Christmas? Was Santa good to you? Natalie, do you have a Christmas gift you'd like to share? Tell us a little bit about.
I got a big cloak, and I also got walkie-talkies.
Cool. And do you have any resolutions for this new year?
I think the only thing that I have is to leave the year better than when I entered it, considering all that's going on and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm. So what are some of the things that you're doing for self-care this year?
Maybe sleeping more.
Yeah.
If that counts, and just chilling with friends, actually hanging out with them instead of just being on calls all the time.
Awesome. Wear a mask. Wash those hands. Sophia, was Santa good to you, first of all?
Yeah, he was good.
You have something you want to share?
Yeah, something I got was a pair of shoes. I got black Converse.
Cool. And do you have a New Year's resolution for this year?
My resolution is to just spend more time with my family.
That's wonderful. Lavender, was Santa good to you?
Yeah. For Christmas this year, I kind of had like a really broken phone for like 6 months, and I kept like cutting my fingers on the glass, but this year I got a new phone and I was really happy.
Awesome. And do you have any New Year's resolutions for this year?
not to procrastinate as much.
All right. So how are you going to do that? What are your step one? What are you going to do?
Well, this week I was gonna catch up on everything, and then after that, it's gonna be get everything done on time.
Good. You know that online we have the Google Keep that you can use to help get yourself organized, and we have the calendar. Sometimes setting a schedule for yourself or even creating a to-do list. Sometimes it just feels so good to be able to cross off something on a list that you've accomplished. And just try to do a little bit every day, and then stuff doesn't get piled up. Isabel, was Santa good to you?
Yeah, he was really good to me. I got a new pair of Doc Martens. I'm really excited about that.
Are those the ones that you wanted, that you were
Yeah,
telling
they
us?
were the ones I wanted.
Cool.
And my New Year's resolution is to just practice more self-care and focus more on my mental health.
And what are some of the steps that you're taking to do that?
Well, drinking more water and staying more organized.
Mm-hmm. So, and what do you, all right, so people get organized in different ways. And maybe something that you do might help somebody else that's struggling with the same thing. So tell us a little bit about what do you do? How do you stay organized?
Well, I try to keep a planner of all my assignments. And I also, like every night, I try to clean up my room a little bit. So that's what I do.
Hannah, was Santa good to you?
Yeah, I got an art kit full of like canvases and paint and stuff like that.
Cool.
And
Did you like to paint before, or was that something brand new, like a new hobby?
I did it like a couple years back, but I decided to get into it again.
Awesome. And then do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, I want to start going to bed earlier.
Mm-hmm. Noah, was Santa good to you?
I would say so. I got a lot of socks.
A lot of socks. Cool.
Yeah.
And tell us, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Probably stay healthy and keep on top of my work because I plan on going to college.
And tell us, all right, so did you already get accepted to your school?
So first off, I'm like going to community college. So all I have to do is just sign up and then they'll put me in some classes. So since I'm going to California, it's much easier to, like stay in easier classes and then I can go into harder classes as I get used to California and stuff.
Cool. Awesome. Emma, was Santa good to you?
Yes, he was.
So tell us a little bit.
My favorite thing that I got was an Ipsy subscription box, which is like a makeup subscription box.
Okay. Cool. And what do you get in your box? Like, for example, did you get it or are you still looking for it?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple so far. It's like self-care and then like makeup too.
Cool. And do you have any New Year's resolutions that you want to share?
To stay off my phone more.
Set an alert on that phone and it tells you when to log off and how much time you're spending so you can check in on that. Great. Ariana, was Santa good to you?
Yeah. I got NYC trip pants. And my New Year's resolution is to sleep less.
To sleep less?
Yeah. I sleep a lot. Like all the time.
All right. So you maybe try to get yourself on a schedule where you're consistently, are you sleeping at different times? Are you taking naps?
Put this into perspective. I'm pretty sure the other day I slept through like 3 of my classes.
Wow.
Because I just like fell. Yeah.
You're like a cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
My cat's always snoozing. That's why I said that. Braylon, was Santa good to you?
Yup.
Tell us about some of your Christmas presents.
He gave me money to invest in the stock markets.
Oh, yep, because you were talking about that before, right?
Ugh. Yep.
And
Yeah.
all right, so which stocks are you purchasing? Tell us.
I'm purchasing the Brazilian stock markets.
All of them?
Yep.
Pretty specific one? All right. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And what are your New Year's resolutions?
To stay hydrated and become a big buff man.
So how are you going to do that? A lot of the gyms are closed right now.
I have my way.
What's your favorite exercise?
Squats.
Squats.
Yeah.
All right. And do you use weights when you do your squats?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Eloise, was Santa good to you?
Yes, he was.
You have a gift maybe that you'd like to tell us about?
I got a lot of clothes for Christmas. Different kinds, yeah.
Cool. And have you set a resolution for this new year?
I'm gonna try to do better in school, get better grades.
Awesome. So make sure those of you in school utilize that PACE period to maybe reach out to teachers if you're struggling in a class. You know, you can always utilize that PACE period for extra help. If you have questions on stuff you don't understand. Tegan, was Santa good to you?
Yeah, I got a weighted blanket
Mhm.
and like new markers.
Wonderful. And do you like to draw, or was this something new?
No, it's like for like just like coloring books because I can't draw, but I like to like just when I'm bored and like watching movies, I draw inside like the lines or whatever.
Yeah, I have a coloring book that I got last year. It was a Disney coloring book, and I got some colored pencils, but I started on half of a picture and I haven't gotten to finish it yet because then stuff got really, really busy once we started doing remote learning. But do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I want to make new friends and get good grades.
All right. So, for example, what are some of the steps that you're going to take to make some new friends? Give us some
Talk
ideas.
to people. I don't really talk to anyone.
Okay. But it's hard right now with COVID. And so are you maybe reaching out to friends online?
Yeah. I'm kind of like since I quarantine started, I've been like super like introverted. So I wanted to get like back out there or whatever. I don't know how I want to do that, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah, it's been really hard. Can anybody else share any suggestions? Maybe what are some ways that you're reaching out to friends nowadays? Noah, go ahead.
So there's this app called Discord, and me and my friends, we usually just play games and stuff, and we talk to each other and all that.
And can you meet new people on Discord too? Like, if you want to make friends?
There's like a whole variety of people. You can, but I mean, sometimes there's some interesting people on Discord
that you might not want to be friends with.
Yeah, like there's a whole bunch of people on there, but I mean, you can meet new people. I've met a few people.
Cool. All right. And is Discord, do they have people of all ages, or is it mostly like you guys' ages? So it's like if I wanted to make a new friend, I could go on Discord and make some new friends too. I might have to check that out.
Be careful what like communities you join though.
Tell me more. So maybe what are some communities I should stay away from? Give me the
well,
DM.
it depends, because, like, what do you, I mean,
I'm
there's,
into
like, all
music.
types of different communities and stuff like that. I use it for, like, video games and stuff. Like, video game communities, because that's probably what it's most known for. But I'm sure you could find, like, people who like music or something. I don't know.
Okay. Like Noah, can you find other people that like music?
I mostly use it for gaming, but there's a whole bunch of communities. So,
gosh, I used to play a lot. And then once I started teaching, then you had less time to do stuff like that. Then I had to start adulting more. And so the gaming is not happening as much. But what are some of the popular games out right now?
Cyberpunk 2077.
So what is that about?
I don't know.
it's very like when it released, it was really bad. Like there's so many glitches in the game right now. Like there's so many refunds, but I mean, since COVID and stuff, like you'd think they'd be making games, but a lot of the stuff has been shut down. So
I'm thinking back to what games did I like to play? I like to play games at like arcades too. Like I used to go to oh gosh, what's that place in Providence called now?
Dave and Buster's or
yeah, Dave and Buster's. Dave and Buster's. And I used to play, what did I play? DDR. And
no way. I love DDR. Yes. Yeah, I'm so good at it for no reason.
I was good at it too. Like lots of fast moves. And then my other favorite game, I like a lot of the car games, the driving, just driving fast. And House of the Dead with the zombies and getting rid of all the zombies. Those are my favorite. And skee ball. Some of the pinball machines too were really cool in skee ball. Thank you guys so much for sharing. I can't think of anything else to talk about right now for the podcast. Can you guys think of anything else? We talked about games. We talked about resolutions. We talked about Christmas. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for watching and listening to our podcast. We'll see you next week. Take care.